Everyone has a vision.
But only a few can turn that into reality.
That's where we come in.
For us, it starts at the writer's circle.
Ideas are pitched and plans are made.
We then take those plans and apply it to wherever we go.
Whether it's on a court, a stage, or around Carmel, you are in control.
And as for live newscast, the studio is where it's at.
Regardless if it's in the back
or under the bright lights. This is where countless professionals jumpstart their careers.
Each and every SRT, we bring you the latest news, sports, and entertainment updates.
Not just at school, but on the go, too.
Although it's listed as a class, CHTV is much more than that. It's an experience.
An experience where you can bring your ideas to life.
An experience where you can meet lifelong friends.
An experience that will change your life forever.
So, what's your vision?
Welcome to Carmel High School, where we're just getting set for a crosstown matchup between the 13-7 Carmel Greyhounds and the 14-8 Fighting Irish of Cathedral. Hello everybody, my name is Will Simmonds. Alongside me is my co-host Andrew Hillsman. Andrew, we have a great matchup today. What can we expect from the Greyhounds?
Well, I think the Greyhounds, they're going to need to fight hard to take this game home. It is the final game of the IHSA regular season. Sectionals are coming up next, and they'll be playing whoever wins between Noblesville and Zionsville for that sectional game. But I think the key to the game really is going to have the offense run through Mackenzie Thomas tonight.
All right, we're just now at tip-off. 8 minutes has been set on the clock. We're in for an exciting matchup tonight between both of these teams. We've seen the Greyhounds shoot very well from the perimeter this season, especially from Hannah Lash and Kate Clark on the outside. They're very good at putting the ball in the bucket.
You know, you're absolutely right. Of course, Hannah Lash, she's been shooting pretty well on the year, 38% from the floor, 9.1 points a game. Going to be looking to her with Kate Clark on limited minutes tonight. Everyone else on this team is going to have to step up.
Kate Clark, a Division I commit to the University of Michigan. Only D1 commit on this squad. She plays very well for the Greyhounds. Been out a couple games this season due to an injury, but she's back with unlimited minutes, and we're excited to see what she can do tonight. Cathedral with a slow start. Carmel coming out showing some very strong defense early. Flitter will be put up, it's no good. Kate Clark, like we were just talking about, will take the ball up for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, really not a great shot selection there by the Irish. They're going to need to look for something better.
Like we were just talking about, Kate Clark puts the Greyhounds on the board 3-0 early. A deep three from downtown. Kate Clark puts it in the basket.
Yeah, and now we can see the Hounds are actually going to be trying to press up here and try to get out to an early lead.
Cathedral tries to match that, but the shot isn't even close. You probably just saw it just hit the backboard. Roper with the steals trying to make something happen. She puts up the floater, and it's good. The Greyhounds off to a very, very strong start early. Up 5 on Cathedral with 6 minutes and 24 seconds to go.
Yeah, with only a minute and a half past the Irish, they're going to need to find some sort of answer.
They found 2 of the 5 that they needed right there. Taylor Lewis with the basket. That'll be her first bucket of the game, and Cathedral's first bucket of the game as well.
Yeah, one key for the Irish today is going to be playing through Taylor Lewis down low. This is an Irish team that is not ever afraid to drive into the paint.
Starting lineups for your Greyhounds: Laura Valente, Hannah Lash, Emily Roper, Mackenzie Thomas, and Kate Clark in for the Greyhounds. Very strong lineup as Laura Valente tries to put one up, but Mackenzie Thomas is there with the rebound and puts it up as well.
You know, you got to give it to Mackenzie Thomas, boxing out her defender, getting the offensive rebound. She's averaging 5.8 rebounds per game this season. The Hounds, they really are benefiting from her physical play down low.
5.8 rebounds this season is not the most. Emily Roper averaging 7.3, so almost 2 full rebounds a game ahead of her. Lash will try to chuck up a 3 off the mark. Cathedral's really trying to find the momentum offensively, but that's not going to happen with a steal by Hannah Lash. Kate Clark, we saw her hit a 3 from there earlier, but airballs her second 3 of the night.
Yeah, not the best shot there from Clark. I know, we know she can do a lot better. She's going to need to if the Hounds want to win this one.
Good shot there from Bremer. It is off the mark. The ball will stay in possession of the Irish.
Yeah, and I'm really liking how the Hounds are not afraid to crash the glass so far in this game. They're leading a lot more in the rebound category than the Irish are so far, and it's showing in the score column as they're up 7-2.
The Irish trying to find some momentum offensively. They have yet to find it, trying to feed Taylor Lewis in the post, but strong defense by Mackenzie Thomas. She won't let that happen. Mackenzie Thomas has done a great job defensively this season, and all the Greyhounds have done a great job of keeping the ball out of the paint, and when they do let somebody in that paint, either get a block or a defensive board out of it.
Yeah, no, you saw it there. The Irish couldn't even convert 3 tries there down low. Same player got the rebound 2 different times and could not put any points on the board for her team. So really just a missed opportunity there early in this game for the Irish.
So on the 18th on the 21st against Pike, Mackenzie Thomas only having 2 points for the Greyhounds, looking for a bounce-back night. She's done that so far defensively, and she already has 2 points offensively on an offensive board. Kate Clark looking for more. That'll be the Greyhounds' fourth putback point of the night. Great job by Emily Roper, as you can see there. Grab that ball and put it up.
Yeah, fantastic play from Roper. Fantastic awareness to come down from the top of the perimeter, get the rebound, and put it in for an easy 2 points uncontested.
That is the 3rd steal of the night for the Greyhounds, 3rd turnover from the Irish. Greyhounds are playing very strong defensively so far. Up 7 points.
Up 7 points, of course. Hounds offense always something to be reckoned with.
A little bit of miscommunication pass, so there will be a foul.
You know, I think that the Irish, they need to start playing through either Taylor Lewis or Layla Gold. I mean, they've got, it's taken them, what, half the quarter, and they only have 2 points on the board. They're already down by 7. That's not a small margin. Yes, it is only single digits, but if they don't start playing through their best players, Layla Gold is 15, almost 16 points a game so far this year. So if they don't play through her, they're going to have some trouble.
Kate Clark with her first foul of the night, having 3 points already. She's made an impact for these Greyhounds, and having a foul already only 4 minutes into this quarter, that could really hurt the Greyhounds if she gets in foul trouble early.
It'll be Abby Beasley on the rebound. She's actually a freshman, a 2-sport athlete for the Irish. She plays soccer in the fall as well. So always impressive to see, and it's so good for these high school athletes to play 2 sports and not just specialize on one earlier in their careers.
Kate Bramer, we've seen a lot of action from her tonight. Already 2 offensive boards and a few missed shots, but she's played great for the Irish.
It certainly has. And the Hounds, of course, as we see another 3 chucked up, not showing any hesitancy to play the deep ball game, but they're not utilizing Mackenzie Thomas just yet.
One player we haven't seen much of right here is Layla Gold. Very aggressive. She is not afraid to take this ball in the paint. I even mumbled all my words there. She's so aggressive with it. But she is not afraid, averaging 15.8 points per game this season. She's got the highest scorer for this Fighting Irish squad, and we haven't seen her put any points on the board yet for the Greyhound, or for the Irish.
Yeah, first timeout going to be taken by either team here, so it'll be interesting to see what the Irish can do. They're down by 7 still. But I think maybe they want to match what Carmel's doing. Chuck up 3s just like the Lady Hounds have been doing so far tonight. And if they can do that, maybe they can claw their way back in this game, shock the Hounds, and see what they can do.
There you can see head coach for the Irish, Lisa Finn, a great record for her team in under 4 seasons, her record of 39-30. She's done a great job with this Fighting Irish squad, still developing them to the team they have become today. She's done a great job with that. And there you can see head coach for the Greyhounds, Erin Trimpey, leading the Greyhounds to a 57-33 record in under 5 seasons with the Greyhounds. So it's really a head coaching battle tonight as well. Both great head coaches and 2 great teams. So stick around. This game's going to get very interesting.
You know, most certainly will.
It'll be Laura Valente taking the ball up yet again for the Greyhounds. We've seen a lot of buckets. I mean, Hounds still lead by 7, but the one thing we haven't seen, or we've seen a lot more of,
is sloppy passes.
In defense. The defense has just been great.
For sure it has. That's why the score is only 9-2, of course.
It'll be Hannah Lash taking the ball in the paint. Find Jamie Elliott. Both sophomores on the court right now. Ava Carter and Jamie Elliott both have played some very good basketball for the Greyhounds. And both are very good three-point shooters as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Hannah Lash, she's already tossed up a couple of threes in tonight's contest already. She hasn't connected on any of them so far, but I'm sure that'll be coming soon.
Here's Layla Gold. Don't be shocked if you see her take the ball in the paint. She's super aggressive. Even from there, she's not afraid to take that ball and dribble through three people. But with the bigs that Carmel have, Emily Roper and Mackenzie Thomas, it might be a little frightening, and that might impact the game a lot.
Yeah, these are two of the best big pairing in the mix, so that's always something you have to think about as an opposing coach. I'm sure that Lisa Finn has been thinking about that all week, trying to prepare for this game and seeing what her team can do against the power that is Emily Roper and Mackenzie Thomas.
Emily Roper already having 50% of the points for the Greyhounds, a little bit more, 53, having 6 of the 11 for Carmel already. Hounds leading by 9 with a minute and 30 to go. Hounds have just played tremendous defense so far, forcing 3 turnovers and already 4 deflections. So good job by them if they can stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, the Hounds there, they look to be running a 3-2 zone defense here so far in this contest, and it's been working for them. Only letting 1 bucket in so far for the Irish, and it's really just an impressive showing. All 5 players on the court, they're all just all contributing defensively, and that's what you have to do if you want to keep a game this tight or this wide open.
This will be a very interesting matchup to watch. Layla Gold defended by Emily Roper. Emily Roper is a huge spark to this team. No matter what it is, she had a huge block just a few days ago against Marion, got her team going, and that led their team to an 8-0 run.
Yeah, Katie Bremer, her first points of the contest.
Hannah Lash chucks up a 3.
And you know, something I'm noticing is that the Irish defense is not they're not even really attempting to put contests up on the 3-point shots that the Hounds are making, that the Hounds are tossing up. But fortunately for the Irish, the Hounds aren't making too many of them. Otherwise, this score would be a lot more than it is.
Fortunately for the Irish, the Greyhounds have not found the paint as much as they normally do, because when the ball is in the paint, backed up by Mackenzie Thomas and Emily Roper, the Greyhounds are not afraid. Even if it happens to be a missed layup, they are not afraid to put the ball in the paint, and they'll keep doing it until it works. Some weak defensive boards, as there will be one there for Mackenzie Woods, the only freshman, or the second freshman on this varsity roster.
Yeah, Mackenzie Woods tried to chuck a pass down low to Hannah Lash, and she could not get it on target. Hannah Lash, she was open, but the pass was just too far, went way past her outstretched fingertips.
We're now at the end of the first quarter, going into the second quarter. 8 minutes has been put on the clock. Hounds lead 11-4. We'll send it to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on CHTV.
10 to 20% of adolescents globally experience mental health conditions, yet these remain underdiagnosed and undertreated. Mental health is a massive problem, yet a lot of people don't know how to talk about it. Talking about your mental health is something that everyone can do and dramatically helps remove stigma and uplift mental health. It doesn't have to be a professional that you talk to. It can be a friend, family member, or anybody that you trust. Remember that poor mental health can dominate people's lives. If you're having feelings of depression, talking about it is the very first step to other measures. And if you know someone who you think needs help, remember that it can be very hard to talk about, but is still very important.
Hello and welcome back to the Eric Clark Activity Center. In the first quarter, we saw a lot of action coming from this Greyhound squad. It's some locked up defense on both ends of the court and a lot of threes put up from both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams tossing up a lot of threes, but really only Carmel connecting on any. Cathedral has not made a single 3-point bucket so far in this game, and they're going to need to, or they're going to need to play through Lewis down low if they want to have any chance. They're down by, they're down by 7 points right now. that's now 5 points, which is very important. Maybe they're going to transition. Maybe they made a change in that second quarter break to try to take it in the paint down low more than they did in the first quarter.
2-point jumper is off. The one thing that this 3-2 zone is doing for the Greyhounds is it's not allowing Layla Gold to get in the paint. It's not allowing her to drive through. That means she has to drive through 2 to 3 people, which she's not afraid to do it. She's a very aggressive player and a very good player as well. But this 3-2 defense is preventing her from doing that.
You know, Will, you're absolutely right. But I think that the Hounds' defense, it's just been fantastic so far. They're not letting anything slip through the cracks because there really are no cracks. And it's showing in the scoreboard.
Rebound by Mackenzie Woods. She'll take it up the court. We've seen her do this a lot this season. However, her shot is off. Hounds still lead 11-6. Up by 5 with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. A foul. That'll be a foul on Katie Bremer. That'll be her first and the team's first. Only seeing 1 foul from the Irish with only a minute into the second quarter. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I'm not sure if that means they're not showing aggression or they're just playing tight defense and good defense.
Right. I mean, I think that's it's impressive that they haven't fouled so far based on how aggressive the Hounds are playing. But, I mean, when you look at how the Hounds are playing offensively compared to the Irish defensive effort, it's really not surprising because they haven't been they're not been contesting, like, any shots at all.
It'll be Jamie Elliott at the line for the Greyhounds, shooting only she's only shooting 0% at the free throw line this season because she has not gotten to the line this season very much for the Greyhounds.
No, she hasn't, but misses her first one. Hopefully she'll be able to connect on the second.
Now increasing her percentage to 50% on the season. Jamie Elliott adds another one on the board for the Greyhounds, which puts them up by 6 with 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, of course. Mackenzie Woods and Jamie Elliott, the dynamic duo out on the court. A lot of times they'll just like to play together, play off of each other on pick and rolls and plays like that. And it gets them open a lot of times, and good play there by Elliott to draw the foul. And she was only able to make one, but at least she didn't miss both.
We've seen now Mackenzie Thomas check back in the game for the Greyhounds, having 2 points already in this contest. You know, the Greyhounds' defense isn't really moving very quickly. They're now on their feet, but just a hand in their face, tightly guarding the Irish.
Right, but they
aren't letting anything past them.
No, they don't need to move quickly because Cathedral isn't moving quickly. They're matching pace, and it's not really that difficult to do with an offense that is as stagnant as the Irish is right now.
Mackenzie Woods' layup is off. It'll be a foul on Jamie Elliott. It'll be her first and the team's 4th of the night. It's good to see the pet band in the stands here at the Eric Clark Activity Center. And like I said just a few broadcasts ago, it's just good to see more fans in the stands for IHSAA basketball. A couple of years ago when the pandemic hit, we did not see many people in the stands, but now seeing people shoulder to shoulder at a ticketed IHSAA event, we couldn't ask more.
And of course, all that money goes back to the schools that are hosting the event, and it's always amazing to see the support that comes out for high school students and high school student athletes. They pour their heart and soul into their work. All of these students have great work ethic on and off the court, and it's impressive to see them showcase their skills.
Cathedral will check up a 3. It'll be rebounded by Kate Clark. Kate Clark averaging 2.2 rebounds per game. So not very many, but more is better than nothing. We've seen Mackenzie Thomas put up her hand in the paint a lot. She usually gets that feed, but we haven't seen any dishes for her down low yet.
No, I'm surprised by that. Thomas only with 2 points on the night so far. Most of the scoring has come from the players on the court right now. It's Kate Clark with 3 points. I wonder if she's only going to play the first half, as we mentioned in our on our short pregame show, that she's on limited minutes tonight. But the highest score so far, I think, for the Greyhounds, Emily Roper has half the Hounds' points. So maybe Roper is playing down low in that 4 slot and playing physically down low and not letting Thomas do all the work.
Emily Roper, the third most scoring player on this team, averaging 10.2 points per game, shooting 56% from the field. Awesome offensive effort from Emily Roper, but not just offensively, she's super good defensively as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Her defensive effort is something that is really just a marvel every time she steps on the court.
Cathedral still has yet to get anything going. Like we said earlier, Layla Gold is not afraid to drive to the paint, which she did there. Such good defense by the Greyhounds, she just had to chuck it against the backboard. First dish into Mackenzie Thomas this game, it is off. Mackenzie Thomas still with only 2 points.
And it's going to be Woods called on the foul there. I'm surprised that Thomas didn't get a better shot up. I think she tried to rush it too much there. I think that Thomas, if she just tried to back down her defender a bit more, the presence she has down in the low block is just, it's something to be awed by. I mean, she can just kind of bully any other defender that tries to get in her way. But I think she needs to take her time, just body her defender even more, and get a shot up. That's a good quality attempt.
The Irish with already 6 turnovers in this matchup, not even halfway through the second quarter, and already that many turnovers. That's not very good offense from Cathedral, but I just think that the Carmel Greyhounds defense is so strong, the Irish just can't get past it. Be Roper again in the paint. It's off, but Mackenzie Thomas for her fourth putback point of the night is no good.
Look at the rebounding effort from both Roper and Thomas. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's going to extend the Hounds' lead to 8 points. But even with how they're playing on the glass, it feels like it should be a lot more of a lead for the Hounds.
Kate Clark with her 5th point of the night for the Greyhounds. The Greyhounds lead 14-6. And oh my, we got a good one for you here at the Eric Clark Activity Center. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on CHTV.
Did you know that 95 million photos and videos are shared on Instagram each day? With an added location tag on a post, there is a 79% content engagement increase. Cyberstalkers can use the location of a post as a way to track a user's every move. Take McKinley, for example, who linked her location as Carmel, Indiana. The cyberstalker now knows she lives in Carmel and attends Carmel High School. McKinley is now in danger of being followed or harmed. So the next time you post, think about the risk of linking your location.
Hello and welcome back to the Eric Clark Activity Center. The Carmel Greyhounds lead 14-6 with 3 minutes and 47 seconds left before halftime. Andrew, we've seen both teams try to gain a rhythm offensively. The last bucket by Kate Clark putting the Greyhounds up by 8. What can the Irish do to get past the 3-2 defense we've seen from the Greyhounds?
I've said it time and time again tonight. They're playing 3-2, so they're guarding the perimeter. I think the Irish need to speed up their attack a lot more because the Hounds, they're able to keep pace with the Irish offensive attack because it's not very fast. So I think if the Irish can speed up their play quite a bit, maybe try to get opportunities down low, create some space on the floor, they'll maybe be able to get some more points on the board.
One thing you cannot allow happen is free paint space for Layla Gold. Greyhounds lucky that one didn't fall. Roper and Mackenzie Thomas working tremendously through this one. Just can't get anything to fall. Foul on the Greyhounds. It'll looks like it'll go against.
I think that is going to be Kate Clark.
Roper.
Oh, it will be Roper.
I'll call it on Emily Roper. That'll be her second in the team's 6. So already Emily Roper having 2 fouls with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go in this third quarter. Not so good for the Greyhounds, but they have also got Mackenzie Thomas.
Right, I think that, the Hounds only 1 foul away from giving Irish the bonus. So if the Irish start to play physical, try to draw a foul and go to the line, and if they can convert their free throws, that could be huge.
That'll be a foul on the Irish. Ball will go in possession of the Greyhounds. Mackenzie Woods will take it up again for the Greyhounds. The foul will be on Katie Bremer. That'll be her first and the team's 3rd. Kate Clark wants to take it in again. Too easy for a quick little 1-2 in the finish.
Yeah, great play. Just rolls it off the left hand. Driving in onto the right side, she'll reverse and go to the left side of the basket. Just drops it in, and that is her Looks like her 7th point of the game.
Great job, good fingertip roll, great move in the paint. Just great job all around for Kate Clark. Kate Clark, her 7 points already, it may seem low, but she makes an impact on this squad so much. I mean, it's not unnoticed. Being the 99th player in the nation, she's a very good basketball player, already committed D1 to Michigan.
It's so impressive that she's able to put in the work and get the value that she does out on the court. Really a fantastic player, and I'm sure she'll be going places when she goes to Michigan. Fantastic program over there.
Michigan, one of the best women's programs in the country, and Kate Clark will get to be a part of it. They're getting a good one. Already with 7 points with 2 minutes left to go in this quarter. Michigan's got a good player on their hands.
Wow, what a great series of passes there. Quick passes, but all the Lady Hounds on the floor knew when they were being collapsed upon and just got the ball out to Jamie Elliott on the left side wing, and she was able to put it in for 2 points.
Good defense by Kate Clark, but they will call a foul on her.
And another.
That'll be her 3rd. So not good having Kate Clark with 3 fouls and Emily Roper with 2. Their last chance is Mackenzie Thomas to stay out of foul trouble going into the half with only 1 foul.
Yeah, Clark is going to come out of the game and will be replaced by Sophie Shepard, the junior shooting guard. And it's really just not good to see Kate Clark have 3 fouls already.
With 7 points and 3 fouls, she is the leading scorer for the Greyhounds as they lead by 11. Aurora Valente, we've seen her good from 3, but Jamie Elliott will take one.
Regardless of how many times the Hounds have missed that shot tonight, it's really just an inexcusable mistake to leave any player on this Lady Hounds team that wide open on the left wing. You can't do it because 9 out of 10 times the Hounds are going to knock that shot down.
As much as they want that shot, maybe a quick dribble inside the paint and getting a better look, it may not be a three-pointer, but a better shot for the Greyhounds.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that Hannah Lash didn't actually get called for a charge there. Looks like she played very, very physical there, and it was great physical play, but now the Irish are going to be going to a line considering they are already in the bonus and close to the double bonus as the Hounds already have 9 fouls. They're going to need to clean that up in the second half.
Well, the not so good news for the Greyhounds is Mackenzie Thomas now has 2 fouls. So you now have Maya Berglund coming into the game for the Greyhounds. We haven't seen much of her this season. But Kate Clark with 3 fouls, Emily Roper with 2 fouls, and Mackenzie Thomas with 2 fouls, combining for 7 fouls of the 9. 3 most valuable players having more than 3/4 of the fouls. Not so good news going in the half for the Hounds.
No, it really isn't. They're going to need to clean up the physical play. I know this Hounds team, they want to play down low in the low block, in the paint, and make their presence known, but not like this. You've already got 9 fouls in the span of, 16 minutes.
Greyhounds looking to make something happen before halftime. Sophie Shepard checking in the game. This is the first time we've seen her all match. Trying to stay away from the 3-point shot. Greyhounds are trying to find something in the paint. Every time they try to bring it in, the Irish just collapse.
And way to go down on the floor to try and retrieve that ball by the Hounds, but it was to no avail as Jamie Elliott could not come down with the ball. Impressive physical play, though.
Jump ball will go into the possession of the Irish.
You know, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with both teams' physicality so far, and I'm even more impressed with the Irish's ability to not foul. Even though they don't have a lot of points, they're staying out of foul trouble, but maybe they want to start playing even more aggressively and a lot quicker than they're doing right now.
We've seen a lot of players dive on this hardwood tonight, which means if we've got a good battle, both teams having a lot of turnovers, but offensively both teams have executed very well as the Greyhounds lead by 9 with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in the second quarter. Inbound from the Irish. Greyhounds still staying very strong in that 3-2 defense.
The Hounds staying strong in that 3-2 defense, rotating to the ball as needed. Now they'll double team Gold.
So one thing the Irish cannot do is pick up that ball in the corner. They will be trapped, and it will come out as a turnover.
And already, Coach Aaron Trimpe is furious with the foul trouble that the Hounds have already gotten themselves into. 10 fouls in the span of only 17 minutes in the first half, and it'll be 2 free throws for the Irish at the line.
As Laura Valente picks up her first foul, the Greyhounds not in very good position foul-wise. The Irish coming back a little bit. They're on a little bit of a hot streak. The Greyhounds haven't found much offensively, but with 49.9 seconds to go, the Greyhounds are trying to make something happen.
Yeah, the charity stripe is going to be how the Irish have to get back into this game. They're in double bonus, 40 seconds left in the half. We'll see what they can do with it.
Unfortunate there for Shepard. Maybe take that drill and put up the shot. It will be a turnover. Hounds only leading by 5 now with 35.3 seconds to go in this second quarter. The Irish are looking to close in on this lead before half.
Yeah, and it's, of course, we keep harping on it, but this foul trouble, it's just, the Hounds have to play so much more careful now, and if they can't do it, they just give 2 free shots at the line for the Irish.
It'll be Abby Beasley taking it up for the Irish. First time we've seen her take up the ball tonight, but we have seen her in this game very much so. Gold will try to take it in the paint, and the Irish will try to close in, but it'll be no good. As the clock ticks down, there will be a foul. And will go against the Irish. Will be 34, Taylor Lewis on the foul. That'd be her first. Cathedral with only 5 fouls going into the half. Not worried at all about foul trouble, but the Greyhounds with 10 fouls, not very good news for them.
Well, you know, as we go into the end of this first half of play, I look at the last meeting between these two teams. Carmel won out 52-23, but the Irish only down by 5 at the half. I think we're in for an exciting second half of basketball.
Yes, we are. Greyhounds are up 5. The score is 18-13. We're going to send it over to our sideline reporters, Mesa Munn and Tally Wright, with your halftime report.
Good evening, live from the Carmel Varsity Gym with CHTV. My name is Mesa Munn. Alongside me, I'm joined with Tally Wright.
You're joining us at halftime as Carmel takes on the Cathedral Fighting Irish. The Lady Hounds are leading the Irish 18-13 at the half.
We've seen some great plays from Carmel this half by Emily Roper. As we can see her from our stats, scoring most of the team's points. We haven't really been seeing any groundbreaking plays from the Irish. However, at the end of that last quarter, we saw the Irish push a little bit more, hopefully for a victory. So they'll need to definitely step up their game if they're looking to take a win against the Greyhounds.
Now back to Will and Andrew at the host desk.
First part of your halftime performance here is going to be the Coquettes dance team.
Hello and welcome back to CHTV. Going into this second half, the Greyhounds are up by 5 with a score of 18-13. An impact player for the Cathedral Fighting Irish. We haven't seen much of her in the first half, but number 21, Layla Gold, who's averaging 15.8 points a game. Andrew, what can you tell us about her?
Well, you know, she's a fantastic player. She hasn't really had the biggest impact so far in this game. 4 points, but when you look at the rest of her team's production, that's kind of a lot, as the Irish only have 13 points. But they're going to need to play through Layla Gold a lot more. They're only down by 5, which is lucky considering the Hounds had 10 fouls at the end of the first half of play. Really helped the Irish get back in the game. So very important for the Irish to play through Layla Gold wherever she is on the court.
Going to the Greyhound side of things, number 33, Mackenzie Thomas for the Greyhounds, averaging 12.8 points per game. A very good player for the Greyhounds down low in the paint. But as we begin this second half, the Greyhounds are up by 18-13. 8 minutes has been put on the clock, and we're back in action. You're on CHTV. Kate Clark will come out of the bat. Bang! Kate Clark will bring it home and all the way to Michigan and back again.
Okay,
Kate
well, I guess we'll
Clark
just start easy there, huh?
with 10 points in this one already. Great job by Kate Clark, sparking up this Greyhound team already.
Yeah, really fantastic shot there. That's Kate Clark's 10th point of the game. She almost has half of her team's offensive output so far. So a great way to start the second half.
Good way to start the half, but not what we want to see. A foul already by the Greyhounds, only 23 seconds in.
Yeah.
And Hannah Lash catches her first foul of the night.
You know, this was a huge concern in the first half. Hounds had double digits in fouls, which let the Irish back into the game at the end of the first half of play. So the Hounds are going to need to clean that up. They can only hope that whatever adjustments Aaron Trimpey made are going to be working in the second half.
Kate Clark with the ball again. We saw her hit that three-point play. A little bit of a shovel pass there to Mackenzie Thomas, and she'll get it to fall. The Greyhounds are on a hot start so far, Andrew.
Yeah, Thomas with her 8th point of the game. Or no, 4th point of the game only so far. But really great way. She can space in the paint wherever and whenever she wants to.
A 30-second timeout already called by the Cathedral Irish. Greyhounds already coming out to a strong start. First off with a three-point basket hit by number 25, Kate Clark, followed up by the two-point basket from number 33, Mackenzie Thomas. The Greyhounds have all the momentum so far.
Yeah, they most certainly do. Hounds' offensive production has been very solid so far, really cleaning up the passes, playing well in transition. They've really played well in transition the entire game, and it's been impressive to see them do that time and time again when they go down the floor.
There again, you can see head coach for the Cathedral Fighting Irish, Lisa Dunn, with a 39-30 career record with the Irish. Nothing short of amazing there. Back at it after the 30-second timeout. Strong defense by the Greyhounds already from the start. Forced the Irish to call a timeout. Only a minute and 10 seconds into this one.
And that's an important loss of the timeout for the Irish. They might need that if the game is close down to the wire in the fourth quarter.
One thing I hate to say, I think this has been the most empty these stands have been for a girls varsity game this season. It happens, it's a Tuesday night, Friday nights, everybody's free. But for those of you watching still in high school, we've got late start tomorrow. So next time, come out and support your Greyhounds. Emily Roper will inbound it. We got the trio in right now. Mackenzie Thomas, Emily Roper, and Kate Clark already having 5 in this second half. Hannah Lash will say thank you very much and take that one home as well.
That's an impressive shot. Hannah Lash's first points of the game, and it comes from deep on the right wing.
Another second three of the half already for the Greyhounds. And Hannah Lash is on fire. She's got a steal and a three-point bucket. It's going to take this one to the rim. It's just off. Uh-oh, this is not good. Another foul on number 33, Mackenzie Thomas. That'll be her 3rd already. So she has 3, Emily Roper has 2, and Kate Clark has 3 as well.
And if Mackenzie Thomas fouls out of this game, it's going to have to be Roper that takes the place down low in the center position. Thomas will be subbed out here, but I think that if the Hounds start to lose players to foul trouble, that is not going to be that's going to really bite them in the butt later in this game. That's going to come back and bite them.
Greyhounds, we are seeing man defense. We saw a 3-2 zone in the first half, but this man defense is working as well.
Yeah, I'm liking Irish. They looked a bit lethargic in the first half, but they've really picked up the pace offensively, and it's showing on the scoreboard. They're scoring points at a much higher frequency than they did in the first half.
Greyhounds looking to shoot the ball from the perimeter. They can't get anything wide open. Strong defense by the Irish to start this half. Kate Clark with the fadeaway. Thank you very much again. The Greyhounds, Kate Clark already having 5 in this second half. Man, she's made an impact early.
And that's why she might just be the best player on this Carmel team. She can do anything she wants. Even if she gets double teamed, she'll just step back and knock one down.
That will be Katie Bremer with the 3-point bucket for the Irish. The only second one of the night we've seen for them. But Hannah Lash will add 2 more for the Greyhounds. Fast-paced game starting now. First half we saw a little bit of slow pace, not much movement, but man, this second half has picked up.
A great hook shot there from number 21, Layla Gold. We talked about her after the halftime break. She's going to be a big factor here in the Irish offense in the second period.
Greyhounds lead by 6, but Layla Gold is on a streak now. Greyhounds, they've played very well in the second half, but once you get Layla Gold going, you cannot stop her.
The Irish have come out on fire. They've cut the Hounds' lead down to only 4 points within 4 minutes of the third quarter of play. Now they've got another turnover from the Hounds again.
Irish trying to make something of this offensive possession, cutting the lead cutting the deficit to only 4 points. Ball will get back into Layla Gold, and man, she's on fire. 6 points in the past 15 seconds, and the Greyhounds will say enough of that and call a timeout.
Yeah, it's a smart timeout. They need a reset here as they now only have a 2-point lead, and it's going to be a full timeout. Erin Trimby's going to need to spark some life into her team's defense because it's nowhere to be found coming out of the locker room.
Coach Trimby not looking too happy to start this in the halfway through the third quarter as they call it a full timeout. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on CHTV. In this timeout, Coach Trimby really trying to light a spark in her team as Layla Gold went on a 6-0 run within 15 seconds. Andrew, how can Carmel stop that? Once Layla Gold gets going, you cannot stop her.
No, you really can't, but I think they need to go back to whatever they were doing in the first half. It seemed to be working. Or if it doesn't work anymore, they need to start adapting to the fast-paced play that has exploded from the Irish so far in this half.
Laura Valente will take that bucket. That'll put another 2 points on the board for her, and another 2 points on the board for the Greyhounds. Cathedral coming out of that, or going into that timeout on an 8-0 run. The Irish with a strong start, but 6 of those 8 points coming from Layla Gold, like I've said countless times now. But the Irish picking up the pace has really helped them out in the second half. Layla Gold with another 2 points. Layla Gold is heating up. That will be her 12th point of the game, averaging 15.8 points a game. She's almost at that mark with 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Let's say no more, Kate. Hannah Lash is here again.
Yeah, great response.
Second 3-point of the night.
Great response there from Lash to knock down the 3 from the right side wing.
Foul will be on number 21, Jamie Elliott. That'll be her second in the team's third. So the Greyhounds already picking up fouls early, but not as many as we saw in that first half.
No, and the Irish, they don't foul a lot at all. I mean, they're not the most physical team compared to the Carmel Greyhounds team, but I really think the Hounds defense is not, it's not as effective without Mackenzie Thomas out on the floor.
You saw that double team from the Greyhounds on Layla Gold, but it looked like it was off the hand of the Irish. The officials will talk about it real quick. A little bit of confusion, but they will go in possession of the Irish.
Yeah, so the ball will be awarded to Cathedral. It did look like Kate Clark just, it tipped off of her hands. Cathedral's coach Lisa Finn was visibly upset with that call. Had to make sure the refs got that one right.
Cathedral finding Gold down low. Gold with the shot, it's off the mark. You cannot leave her open on an inbound like that. She will convert 90% of the time.
Looks like a
foul will go against Carmel. The foul will be on number 44, Emily Roper.
Yeah,
that'll be her third. Not good with 2 minutes left.
No, and now you have Roper and Thomas with both 3 fouls and only 3 more fouls left to give for the Carmel Lady Hounds until the Irish are back in bonus.
Hey, Clark with some strong defense on the inbound. Ball tipped by Laura Valente. Almost looked like she was going for a half-court heave there, but she will find her teammate down low, and rebound will be made by Kate Clark. Kate Clark having a huge impact on this game with 12 points already, still with 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining.
Yeah, in this third quarter, it's just been a shootout between Layla Gold and Kate Clark, and I am here for it. Both players playing fantastic basketball out on the court.
Or Valente, the Layla Gold will stretch her arm up and block it and say, I don't even know. What a block there by Layla Gold for the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, that was certainly something. An emphatic block just swats it in the first row of fans here at the Eric Clark Activity Center. Says no thank you to Laura Valiente.
Kate Clark with the inbound for the Greyhounds. Kate Clark for 3. Bang! Kate Clark will take it home. 15 points for Kate Clark with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. She is on fire.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do to stop Kate Clark. I mean, she is one of the best high school basketball players in the country, an All-American nominee. It's just so hard to stop what she does. She can hit shots from anywhere on the court.
Man, she is just so fun to watch. I mean, the hand was practically in her face. I mean, heavily contested shot, and she still continues to convert. She is always there for her team when she is needed, coming off of an injury and still playing like this. Kate Clark has made the biggest impact on this game.
Yeah, but the Irish, they're not out of it yet if they can keep scoring and maybe draw more fouls. The Hounds, they really haven't adapted, but here's Clark again. Good there.
Off the mark. But we saw her convert multiple times already, so we're not going to complain about that shot wide open. Hounds still up by 6 with 1 minute and 1 second to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, 1 minute left in the third quarter. That's only the first foul for the Irish. Very impressive to keep the foul sheet clean so far.
Tried to find Kate Clark open on the perimeter on the inbound, but it'll be stolen by Laura Valente. Hannah Lash in the corner for 3. Just off the mark, we've seen Hannah Lash already convert on 2 of her 3-pointers tonight. Hannah Lash with 8 points for the Greyhounds, as she will be subbed out of this game.
Yeah, I think the Hounds' strategy has to be playing through Kate Clark. She's on fire tonight, as you said earlier, has 15 points in this game, and she's hitting from anywhere she can. I think if you give the ball to her, Roper or Thomas are not out on the court right now. She's really the only one of the power 3 players on this Carmel team out on the court right now. So you got to play through her if you're the Lady Hounds.
Kate Clark now being double-teamed by the Fighting Irish, but she'll pull it for 3. Kate Clark is setting this place on fire. She is red hot here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's just impressive. She hits from anywhere on the court. It's almost, there's no words to describe it. It's just a shooting clinic being put on by Kate Clark this evening.
18 points already in this one, and we're not even in the fourth quarter, folks. Stick around for this one, because man, oh man, do we have a game ahead of us. Clock is ticking down. Cathedral trying to convert.
They'll just be holding for the last shot in this quarter.
Highly guarded by Valente. Near steal by Kate Clark. It'll be off the hands of the Irish. 1.6 seconds to go.
Now, what can the Hounds do? Can they get an inbound play over to Kate Clark? Maybe off the inbound, but no, it looks like Kate Clark's going to be playing on the low left side block. So we'll see who...
watch this curl around from Kate Clark. Watch this. Shot is up, but it's no good. What they tried to do there was they tried to set a decoy and have Kate Clark come down low, have her roll up top, set the screen, and have her pull up for three. But 1.6 seconds, sadly, is not enough for that.
You know, I didn't think that maybe Clark didn't realize how little time was left on the clock, but it's all right. Hounds have a 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter of play, and I'm really impressed about how both offenses just lit up this third quarter score sheet. It's been very impressive to see both these offensive just trade shots from deep, and especially Kate Clark. She's been playing great so far. 18 points and only 2 fouls, unlike the rest of her team, who's just had a lot of foul trouble.
Kate Clark with 18 points in this one, but the starting lineup for the Greyhounds have converted very strongly in this matchup. Mackenzie Thomas, Emily Roper, Laura Valente, Hannah Locke, Kate Clark, the starting lineup we saw for this Greyhound squad. Kate Clark having 18 points for the starting lineup. What an impact she's made so far.
I mean, yeah, it's very impressive, and it seems like the Irish have just absolutely no answer for her display of dominance on the court.
Just going into this fourth quarter, Greyhounds are up by 9, and man, Kate Clark is red hot from that three-point line going into this fourth quarter. 8 minutes have been put on the clock, and we're ready for this matchup. For the first time in this game, we're seeing Eliza Langfeld checking in for the Irish.
You know, I'm wondering whether the Hounds will even need to put Roper or Thomas back on the court. I think if the lead gets cut down to within 5, maybe they'll consider risking Roper and Thomas fouling out. But right now, they're just going to ride the bench and let Kate Clark do all the work.
Layla Gold in the quarter. She'll be double teamed. We've seen this multiple times in the steal by Jamie Elliott. And Kate Clark has got the ball. Kate Clark with 18 in this one. Trying to make something happen, but Mackenzie Woods in the corner, just off the mark. Mackenzie Woods, we've seen her play great basketball this season for the Greyhounds. When Kate Clark was out with the injury, we saw her start for the Greyhounds. Very impressive as a freshman. Kate Clark with a little swiping pass to Elliott will find Woods. Woods, everybody trying to feed Clark. Clark trying to get a screen for a shot, but she is just getting double teamed and has no room to shoot the ball. But a little bit of a drive from Woods puts it up for 2. Greyhounds are pulling away up by 11.
Yeah, impressive drive from Mackenzie Woods off of Kate Clark, who slid the pass into her down low, and a great finish there. Never want to miss those, and Woods was able to convert right there.
Game is not over yet. It's still totally in reach. Greyhounds up 43 to 32. And man, this defensive effort from both teams has not cooled down. It may seem like Cathedral's defense has slowed down, but man, they have not. Kate Clark has just been putting on a clinic.
I mean, you can't really say enough about it. Kate Clark is a fantastic player for this Carmel Greyhounds team, but she can't do it all herself. She's got to have the help of players like Hannah Lash. She's got to have the help of players like Mackenzie Woods and Laura Valiente, all super important role players for this Carmel Lady Hounds team.
Mackenzie Woods with a shot. It's no good, but she will be fouled. So she'll have 2 shots at the line and a chance to convert for 2 points. Chance to put up the Greyhounds by 13. Mackenzie Woods shooting 41% from the line this season, looking to increase her percentage.
Yeah, she misses the first one, a bit of an disappointing effort there. She will not knock down the second one. Unfortunate for the Hounds there. They really wanted those points to go through.
Greyhounds still up by 11 in this one. 6 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. So this one's still not totally out of the books. Cathedral still, we saw Layla Gold go on an 8-0 run within 20 seconds. Doesn't take much for them to get back in this one.
Good physical play to go down to the floor and grab that ball by Mackenzie Woods. The freshman not afraid to make her mark on the game, as she's done so far. Not exactly in the points column, but in the physical play column and hyping up her team.
A full timeout will be called by Cathedral. We haven't seen much coming from Cathedral's offense since the last timeout, but what we have seen is a great defensive effort from them.
Yeah, I mean, scoring has slowed down significantly at the start of this fourth quarter, and I think the Irish, they need to start playing a lot more aggressive and playing quicker. If they foul, so be it. They need to get points on the board, and they need to do it fast. But unfortunately for them, the three-point ball is not the most effective part of their game. It's playing down low through players like Taylor Lewis and Layla Gold. But if they need to maybe just steal some of Kate Clark's magic and start knocking down threes.
Greyhounds up by 11 with a score of 43-32 with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Greyhounds looking to come up on top of this one. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on CHTV. Hello and welcome back to the Eric Clark Activity Center. Greyhounds still lead by 11 with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Laura Valente with the steal. Called a jump ball on the Greyhounds.
Jump ball, that's mistake.
We've seen multiple jump balls in this contest. It's definitely not the first.
You know, it speaks to each team not afraid to try to get their hands on the basketball, try to just wrestle for possession for it. But the jump ball, of course, an integral part of a lot of. It's always a shame for whoever had the ball initially to if their team doesn't have the possession arrow, they just kind of get the ball stripped away from them. But next time around, they'll get it back.
One thing we haven't talked about yet, Andrew, is the pet band in the stands for this one. Pet band definitely brings, it's like a student section with instruments. Very energetic, they want to be here. Just glad to see them cheer on the Greyhounds for 5 games this season.
Yeah, it certainly makes a big difference to have the support of the, I'm sure that all the players would tell you that all of the fans here, and especially that pep band that makes so much noise during breaks, is a great morale boost for the entire team.
Maya Berglund back at this one. Laura Valente for 3. Will be off the mark. Rebound by Layla Gold, but you've hardly seen Gold come out of this contest.
No, Gold's played, I'd say 80% to 90% of this contest. Great endurance from Layla Gold today, but she's not really done enough. She's only has 12 points, and that is a lot, but I think she needs to be doing a lot more.
We've also seen Katie Bremer with 11 points for the Irish. Her and Gold already combined for 23 of the 32 points for the Irish.
And they're, of course, the main scorers for these. So when they're together on the court, it is a handful for the Lady Hounds to deal with, but they've been dealing with it quite proficiently so far in this contest.
So only 9 bench points have come out of the Irish, and that's one thing they've struggled with, and that's one thing the Greyhounds have not struggled with. Only 9 bench points for the Irish. Obviously, a little bit of a road trip here, but I don't see that having much of an effect on the bench.
You know, Will, I don't know if you noticed this. They just had to triple team Kate Clark to make sure she didn't do anything insane like she's been doing the entire game. Of course, it'll put her at the line as that gives the Hounds, puts them into bonus. So Clark, a dangerous free throw shooter. She is averaging, actually not doing too well so far from the charity stripe this season, only 46% but she knocks down the first one, and if she makes this one, it'll be 20 points on the night for Kate Clark.
What's surprising is it may not, Mackenzie Thomas leading the team in scoring with 12.8 points a game. You may be thinking like, why isn't Kate Clark, she's the 99th player in the country according to ESPN. Well, she has been out for 3 to 4 games this season and 3 to 4 games of limited minutes, so she has not played as much as she would like to her senior season. But getting ready and preparing to go to Michigan next year, that's a big task.
Both teams effectively utilizing the double team for their respective defenses, and it's been working pretty well for both teams. They're trying to force out, and it always leads to a foul, it seems, or a jump ball.
It's good to see the Greyhounds dive on the floor to get a ball. It shows they want to be here. It shows they want to win. It just shows their overall aggressiveness. Cathedral with the inbound. We've seen this play multiple. It is like a box one. It's just a little elevator screen. They're going to try to find Bremer down low or Gold down low. Like they just tried to find her there, but they cannot find her. They have to find Bremer up top instead.
And you know, with the Irish down by 13, they're running out of time to try to mount a comeback.
One thing we've seen a little bit of a circus finish, and Abby Beasley will be fouled. The only freshman on this roster for the Fighting Irish. She has done very well this season.
Yeah, she'll go to the line. 2 crucial free throws coming up. She needs to convert these from the charity stripe. And I think if these are just so crucial. When you're given free points, and that is just not what you want to see there. Hopefully, if for the Irish, she can turn that around, but she'll need to make this one if the Irish need some momentum, and she's the only one who can really give it to them.
Abby Beasley will miss her second one. Rebound by Laura Valente. Kate Clark being doubled and triple teamed this whole match. Surprised she's not pulling up from downtown. Well, Emily Roper with a wide open cut, but the feed was not fouled. But she'll take it in. Be off the mark.
You know, I don't know if the Hounds saw Hannah Lash on the left wing. She was wide open trying to signal to her teammate for a pass, and she couldn't get her teammate to notice her on the left side.
I'm yawning here. We haven't seen a bucket besides free throws until now. But before that, it was 2 minutes before we saw an actual legitimate bucket. Great steal there. You could see from Mackenzie Thomas taking it the distance and putting it up for 2.
And now it's 15 points. The Hounds, they can afford to start playing a lot slower now. Lady Hounds, they've got this one all but wrapped up. It's going to be so hard for the Irish to mount a comeback.
Kate Clark for 2, just off the mark. Kate Clark with 20 points in this contest. Greyhounds lead by 15. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Clock ticking down. The Irish are in panic mode.
Yeah, but they have just been given, they have just been put into bonus, and Hannah Lash is going to be substituted out of this contest. But it's not great. We saw earlier in the first half of this game how much the bonus affected Cathedral's offense. It really gave them a boost and got them free points at the line. But now that they're not in double bonus, they're only guaranteed 1 shot. And if they can't convert that, it's just not good news.
One thing I've noticed is their baseline out-of-bounds plays. They've only run 1 baseline out-of-bounds play the whole game. And after 1 play, it doesn't take very long for them to catch on, especially when it's just a box screen and you just try to find somebody down low. It's not going to work, especially with somebody as tall as Kate Clark or Emily Roper. They're going to shut that down in an instant, and running that all game, wasting 5 to 6 possessions on that play, even if it works one time, you're still missing out on 12 points.
And they really could use those 12 points in this stage of the game. As 2.5 minutes left to go, just taking the clock's ticking for the Irish to have any chance.
2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in this contest. Greyhounds still lead by 15.
Returning for Lady Hounds, number 33, Mackenzie Thomas.
Mackenzie Thomas back into the game for the Lady Hounds, but she's just going to try to not foul out. That would be too much fun for her. As is Roper, she's going to have the same goal, but all the starters back in, except, yeah, actually all the starters back in for the Hounds, and they're just going to be trying to wrap this one up.
Like Kate Clark making a defender miss, finding Mackenzie Thomas in the paint, and she'll put it up, and it's no good. Layla Gold, you see her go on an 8-0 run earlier. Put another bucket up, and she'll get it to fall +1. Chance to complete the three-point play at the line.
Now what the Hounds need, three-point play. They want to just, because the Irish, they've shown no willingness to shoot from deep so far, so you don't want to give them these three-point plays on and ones.
Layla Gold averaging, or shooting 69% at the stripe this season, over 50%. The most on this squad, besides Gabby Gay, which we have not seen this match, averaging 60 or 69% from the line. She won't get that with a fault.
Herber gets the rebound, and now the Lady Hounds can play slow, but they don't want to. They want to keep running offensive plays and playing off screens.
Offensive foul there called on the Greyhounds. It will be on Kate Clark, which will be her 3rd foul and the team's 10th of this match.
Yeah, Clark's displeased with the call there made by the referees. I think it was called for an illegal screen there, but she certainly didn't agree with it.
That call will definitely not hurt her. It will motivate her to get more points. I wouldn't be surprised if she hits a 3-point or a 2-point basket on this possession.
It's very possible, but Hounds, they don't really need her to do anything with the lead that they have. It's so hard to come back in a minute and a half.
Clock is ticking down. The Greyhounds just playing follow the leader at this point. The Irish just following them as they dribble the clock out with 1 minute and 17 seconds to go. Laura Valente will find Woods. Woods back up top, and they are just playing ring around the rosy. The Irish are just running around the Greyhounds, trying to get a stop, trying to get points on the board, but the Greyhounds are just going to let this one run out.
And it's the smart play. It is a bit boring, but the shot clock, the absence of a shot clock in IHSAA games enables any team to do that at the end of the game. They can just keep passing the ball around. They're just playing keep away at this point.
Cathedral just giving up, not even wasting their energy on this possession. Well, Andrew, given the fact that Carmel's dribbling this one out and this one is over, Greyhounds take this one by 13. What were your biggest, who were your best key players from the Irish? Obviously, Layla Gold having herself a night with 14 points. But besides her, who do you think had the most impact on this game?
I think it was Katie Bramer. I think she had 12 points on the night, but it wasn't enough. The rest of her team didn't pick up the slack as much as her and Layla Gold did. And I was a bit disappointed at how little the Irish used Taylor Lewis. And the end of this game, it shows that it's just not enough.
The Greyhounds will take this one by 13 with a score of 47-34. Andrew, we saw a great matchup starting with Kate Clark for the Greyhounds with 20 points. Great three-point shooting from her tonight, obviously having 4 3-point buckets from behind the line. She's going to Michigan next year, playing great basketball for the Greyhounds, but also Emily Roper and Mackenzie Thomas. What did you see as a positive coming out of them tonight?
Well, Emily Roper and Mackenzie Thomas, they didn't get a lot of minutes in the second half, but they were able to avoid fouling in the minutes that they did play. And of course, Mackenzie Thomas, always a dominant presence down low on the low blocks, and she proved that again today. She got into foul trouble early in the first half, but she did what she needed to do, and then on the other side, outside, it was just all Kate Clark. She could really just do whatever she wanted, and when I think back on the game, it just looked like she could not miss.
Greyhounds take this one with a score of 47-34. We're going to send it to Mesa Munn and Tally Wright with her post-game report, and we'll be right back here in just a minute.
The Carmel Lady Hounds and the Cathedral Fighting Irish. The Lady Hounds took the game 47-34.
For your Carmel Greyhounds, Kate Clark carried the offense with an abundance of three-pointers. Per usual, Emily Roper is a great base for the team, and as seen time and time again, continues to carry the team.
Obviously, though the Irish did close out a good game with Layla Gold returning the great offense. Kate Bramer also added to the slow return of the Irish, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to pull out a win on your Carmel Greyhounds.
Thank you for tuning in to CHTV. This has been Tally Wright and Mesa Munn.
We We appreciate you tuning in, Andrew. One more thing before we go. The Irish having a long bus ride home. Many positives coming out of their team tonight. What's one thing you would say to them?
You know, I think they got to keep their head up going into sectionals. This is a capable team. They're ending the season 14-9. It's respectable, and compared to last season when they ended the season 11-12, it's a lot better what they did, what they were able to manage to do this season. Only they kept the losses to single digits, and they didn't have a bad season at all.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. The Greyhounds take this one 47-30 or 47-34. You could catch them next up in action versus Ben Davis on the 28th. I've been Will Simmonds, alongside me, my co-host Andrew Hillsman, here on CHTV. You guys all have a good night.